everybody. Day 7. And I think I have done it. I finished my green book today. And I think that puts me at 7 books. Maybe. Because yesterday, along with the Judy Moody book, I also read a children's picture book, Christmas Eve with the Mellops, or At the Mellops. I don't know. It's about this little pig family. They're so cute. And the little pigs want to help their dad celebrate Christmas because their dad's so excited. And so they think, oh, we'll go out and cut down Christmas trees, not knowing that their dad has already cut down a Christmas tree. So the 4 little piglets come back with their Christmas trees, and their dad's like, oh, well, go out into the community and see if you can find somebody who needs a Christmas tree. So the 4 little piggies go out and they look around different places to see if they can find somebody who needs a tree. Of course, they go to like the nursing home and they already have a tree, and they go to the orphanage and they already have a tree, and they go to the hospital and they already have a tree. And then they meet this person out on the street and who's hungry, and they're like, oh, well, we can help you. And so they go back to this person's house and see that it's not just this person. There's other people in the house. Pigs. And because it's like a pig community. And so they set up their Christmas trees. They finally found somewhere to put their trees. So then they think, well, let's keep doing good things. So they go and they get their people banks and take their money out of the people banks, which I thought was a cute touch. And they get food, and they get clothing, and they get the things that the people in that house need so that everybody can have a good Christmas. And I just thought that was such a sweet little story. And then I found out there's like at least 2 other books in the series, so I'm going to have to see if I can find those. Yeah. I finished Legend in Green today for my green birthstone book. I am maybe 140 pages from finishing Sea Witch. I'm less than 100 pages away from finishing the graphic novel When the Stars Are Scattered. So I'm not going to get it all done, probably. I will finish Sea Witch because it has to go back to the library tomorrow. The problem I ran into is after listening to Legend in Green and then going into Sea Witch, my Kindle didn't have enough battery and it got down to 4% at a really good point to stop. So right now I'm waiting on it to recharge, but I have my other Kindle, and I'm going to see, after I update my game real quick. I don't like trying to play a game while I'm listening to something because sometimes the game will cut the audiobook off. And then it's like, you gotta get out of this and get back into that and it's just too much hassle. Let's just do it with less hassle. Your city has been attacked. Stop attacking me. Seriously, just because I attacked this person and completely demolished their city, they think it's fair to come and attack me. Stop! Except that they don't just attack me once and are done. No, they keep coming back and attacking and attacking and attacking, flattening my city, so then that keeps me from being able to do any attacks to anybody else. Because you can't attack as long as you have damage. What a pain in the butt. Seriously. Anyway. Yeah, storage is full. It's always full. Because I have to keep selling the stuff that would upgrade my city to be able to have space to get the things I need to do my manufacturing. Yeah, what a pain in the butt. Now, can I see which expires in 15 hours? So really, I'm racing the clock to do this before it has to go back to overdrive. I don't want to have to. I was further ahead on another device, and it just took me to chapter 6. Excuse me? I'm like on chapter 23? Good job syncing up there, thing. You're further ahead on another device. Do you want to sync? Yes, and it takes me back from where I was. And now it's not letting me fast forward. What the heck? Okay, chapter 23. Stop it there, because really I got to read a page before I go to that. Okay, so one of the video suggested things was to prepare a cup of coffee or tea. Well, I have my mug of tea, like always. Just watching me pour tea out of a pitcher, how exciting is that? Instead, I have a glass with a couple ice cubes in it. There, drain off the water because we don't want to start with water. We have black cherry cranberry juice, which we will put in the glass. Any ideas where I'm going with this? What goes well with cranberry? Something I really don't drink much. It's not my favorite, but it will do. I have my little bottle of Crystal Skull vodka. Go put a splash of vodka in, and it's going to be a vodka cranberry. Well, vodka black cherry cranberry. A little splashy splash. Some people, this would be like a serving. For me, this is going to last. Well, I bought it back in March, and you can see how little I've used of it so far. So yeah, it is going to last me a while. And the only reason I bought it is because I thought the skull jar or bottle was cool. So there we go. A black cherry vodka cranberry. Vodka black cherry cranberry. Whatever. Tasty. Oh, and I mentioned that yesterday we found Red Velvet Chips Ahoy while we were at the store. And I thought I would try them. Apparently, they have a cream filling. And there's the white chips are supposed to be cream cheese flavor. Yeah. If I can get the package open, we can take a look here. That's a little darker than when I think of Red Velvet. I mean, that looks more chocolate than Red Velvet. I mean, yes, I know that Red Velvet is basically devil's food, but red. But, you know, I was expecting more of a red color. And it does have a filling. Not too bad. But the amount of filling, it's so sweet, it kind of overpowers the Red Velvet cookie part. But it's good. I just don't think you could eat very many of these at one time. Normally, if these were just like regular Chips Ahoy, this package probably be gone by now. Between my son and I, we would have this package devoured in a heartbeat. Especially when the cookies are so tiny. Didn't they used to be bigger? I know when I make cookies, they are like at least twice, if not 3 times the size of that. Anyway. And see, on the package, it's very red. It's very bright red. So they probably photoshopped it to make it look... I mean, when you compare, this is way darker. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. What else can I talk about? I just realized I haven't done any of my Instagram stuff yet. So if I put the 3 books here that I had planned for today, I could make that a mini book stack. And pile a Kindle on top of it. Would it count as a book stack if I just took a picture of this? Would you call that a book stack? Because those are all the books that I've got downloaded at the moment. There's books missing off of here. But would that count as a book stack? Especially if I could prop this up on top of physical books, maybe. Loans. Download. And I returned one earlier today, so I think that's already downloaded. I'm wondering how soon another hold will be. See, I'm one-on-one on that one. So I'm afraid to go ahead and grab another book. Some of these books, I wonder why they don't break down and get another copy. Because this is the Ohio Digital Library that Overdrive pulls from. So, like, Mexican Gothic, I'm number 64 on 7 copies. When you've got that many people, and state of Ohio is pretty good size. We've got 88 counties full of people trying to borrow the same books. You would think they would, break down and get a couple more copies. Skin Game, I'm number 9 on 3 copies, which is number 15 of the Dresden Files. However, book 16, I'm number 114 on 10 copies. Now, if you know you're going to have those kinds of numbers for certain books, why don't you pick up a couple more copies? Silence of Bones, I'm number 11 on 1 copy. They're looking at 22 weeks. That's what, almost 6 months, right? Because there's 52 weeks in a year, so that's 5 months waiting time estimated. Some of these, I'm number 34 on 21 copies of the Elton John book. I already got it once, and I couldn't get the physical copy from the library. I got the physical copy from the library, and my copy on Overdrive had to go back. I just can't seem to to get it together. Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Right now I'm number 11 on 2 copies. It still says 11 weeks. I was way farther along when I first requested. I requested this back in February. Now we're at the end of July. And I requested on February 2nd. So yeah, there was quite a few people waiting on, and they only had 2 copies, and this is one that's required for a lot of schools. So you would think that more libraries would have it so that it could be in the system, but apparently not. I don't know. It kind of blows my mind to have a situation where you're number 114 in line for a book, but they won't buy any more copies to accommodate the demand. And if you ask the library if they'll buy a digital copy, they're like, oh, we can't do that. And I'm like, but if you buy an audio book, okay, so buy it on CD so that it's then in the library's physical holdings, and then they get a digital copy that goes into the statewide digital library. And they're like, oh, we can't do that. But if I asked for a physical copy, they would look into buying one. Or if there was a movie I wanted to borrow that they don't have, they'll look into getting it. Which, this is one that blows my mind. I wanted to watch Saving Private Ryan. And I've seen it before, and I thought I had a copy, but I just can't locate my copy of it if I've got it. So, I thought, oh, the library will have it. No. Our library consortium is like 3 or 4 counties. Out of the whole group of libraries, none of them carry a copy of Saving Private Ryan. That just kind of blew my mind. I thought that was one that everybody would have. I mean, I thought I had it. But I don't know. If I do, I can't find it. Let's go back. Bookshelf. The book pile I really want to do, the book stack photo I really want to do, would be done outside under the tree out in the yard. And it would be a really big production to take the picture. Because I would have like books stacked up under the tree. And then I would have to hang some books so that they looked like they were falling out of the tree into the stack. Can you picture it in your head? Oh yeah. I have a really bad heat rash under my arm, and that's kind of why I'm wearing this today. It's better today than it was yesterday. It was really red yesterday. But yeah, I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it's kind of nasty. You don't want to see my armpit anyway. I don't want to see it. So I know you guys don't want to see it. And if you do, that's a little strange. Anyway. But then everybody has their own little fetishes, I guess. I guess my goal is finish up Sea Witch. I have roughly an hour and 45 minutes because I listen to double speed. Just regular single speed is so slow because the narrators read slower and they enunciate and everything. Where when I get it to 2 times speed, it sounds like normal speech to me. However, I have to wear headphones or I can't listen to a book because my mind just goes everywhere else. I don't know. I can't think of anything else pertinent. Right now, I'm sitting at 1,773 pages read, but that's not counting Legend in Green or Sea Witch, or if I get any more of the graphic novel read tonight. It's not counting any of that. So we're looking at, I might hit 2,000 pages for Reading Rush. I think that's pretty good. I know I was over 1,500 last year. And I think this will also finish off all of the challenges. Because I went ahead and counted How to Train Your Dragon for 2 challenges because I wasn't entirely sure I'd get the other book done. And right now I haven't quite finished it. However, finishing Sea Witch would give me another continent because this is, I don't know, Norway or someplace, Denmark. They talk about Copenhagen. That's Denmark, right? So, why am I reading all these books set in Scandinavia? That aren't even Scandinavian books. They're like by American or British authors, but they're set in Scandinavia. Huh. Weird. Legends in Green was set in Scotland. And I got bored listening to it. I was really looking forward to it. I enjoy Elizabeth Peters. She's the one that does the that one series where they're set like in Egypt and the historical mysteries. This one, I just couldn't get into it. So I basically just let it play in my head, and my mind wandered a lot during it. So I know I missed stuff, but I was bored out of my mind. And I don't know what it was about this one. Maybe it was the really poor attempt of the narrator to attempt to do the Scottish brogue, which took me out of it, definitely. If you're going to try to do an accent, make sure you're doing it right. Because a fake, I mean, they weren't anywhere close. They didn't even hit British, let alone Scottish. They're barely able to handle American, and it was an American author. I think she's an American author, but an American narrator. She could barely do an American accent, let alone try to do Scottish. When it came time to try to do those characters, it was just not great. Maybe it was just a bad narrator. Maybe the book's better than what I think it is. Maybe the narrator was bad. But that's kind of hard to test because trying to read an accent is even harder than listening to one that's done poorly. My brain does not do accents very well. Anyway. I think that's all I've got for right now. And happy reading rush. I think it did well. I might do a wrap-up video. I haven't decided yet. I mean, what am I going to say? I read books. The end. I said that every day. I've read books. But I'm going to try to get at least one of the Instagram done. I've done as close to daily vlogging as I've ever done before. I did miss a day. And then I ended up uploading day 5 and 6 at the same time because I forgot to upload it after I recorded it. Oh well. So what? It's there now. If y'all really want to see it, it's there. You can watch it. Anyway, I'm really glad I didn't buy this larger size shirt because I'm fighting this one sliding down. And if I would have bought the size larger, I'd be popping out all over the place. And then I wouldn't be able to put the videos up. I look bad enough as it is. Y'all don't need to see my boobs popping out. Although, then again, people have stranger fetishes. And who am I to judge that? Yeah, can you tell I'm hot and tired and getting a little loopy? Alright. I'm going to end it here. Remember to do all the YouTubey things. Comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell icon, blah, 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 blah. And I will see you in my next video, whenever that is. Maybe a wrap-up, maybe not a wrap-up. I haven't decided yet. Yeah. I guess if I really wanted to, I could make a TBR for August and then not follow it. Because when I make TBRs, I very rarely follow them. I mean, this one, how many times did I change the books I was reading during the week? Like, pretty much every day, I don't think I'm going to read that. I'm going to switch it to this. Well, I gave myself 3 options for this, and I'm going to read this instead. So, and then at the last minute, I'm like, hey, let's read this. So, yeah. But if I'm going to get this stuff done, I need to get going. So, until next video, see you later. Bye-bye.